Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We're going to go ahead and get started. Excited to share with you about the Kipuka Innovation Competition today and talk story, and then you'll get a chance to hear from Tyler Levine, one of our winners from last year. So just to introduce a little bit about Purple Maya, Kipuka is a partnership between Purple Maya Foundation and STEMworks. Purple Maya, our mission is to inspire and educate the next generation of culturally grounded, community-serving technology makers. And so in practice, what that means is we end up serving a few different segments. So we work with youth, so young folks like you from 6th grade up in classes, usually around coding or different technology sectors. Then we work with various community members who in programs around entrepreneurship, design, innovation. And then we work with businesses as well. So established businesses or just starting businesses. And we help them through a variety of different services, like our up and coming accelerator program called Hawaii Found Her, which is for all women of Pacific Islander, Native Hawaiian, or Asian descent. And then I'll pass it over to Katie to share a little bit about STEMworks.
Thanks, Jack. So I'm the program manager of STEMworks, and STEMworks is a statewide nonprofit STEM education and workforce development program. And we like to say that we're cradle to career. So we work all the way for very young preschool, K through 12, and then we also support our alumni in their undergraduate and certificate realm and try to make sure that they get into STEM careers. Our tagline is download knowledge, upload service. So while we teach STEM, all things STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, the purpose is for you to learn, for our participants, is to learn these skills in order to better serve their communities that they work in. We have a lot of different programs, as you see from this capture, and I'll share our website if you want to check us out. So we do summer internships, professional development, we provide software, we train teachers, we have our own curriculum that we develop. One of my favorite programs is this STEMworks Solutions program, where every other month we partner with some business, some company in our community, and we have an innovation challenge in partnership with the community. So it's similar to Kipuka. I love Kipuka though, because it is an open-ended innovation challenge. So it's not limited by a single company. It's limited only by your imagination. So we're really excited to have this partnership with Purple Maya to have this innovation challenge for you this summer. Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Katie. So yeah, what we're here for, we're here to learn more about the Kipuka Innovation Competition. Thank you again to everybody who is joining us today. This shouldn't take too long. It should be about half an hour. And we'll have some time at the end in case folks want to talk story or ask a couple of questions. So the Kipuka Competition is a competitive innovation grant program for Hawaii students with ideas for place-based solutions to local challenges. It's a bit of a mouthful, but essentially you can go ahead and apply for a micro grant for your project as long as it is place-based, meaning that it is based within Hawaii and within this culture or a place that you choose as well. It may not be Hawaii. And we want you to pick a project that aims to uplift or serve a community that you identify with. And the definition for that community can be whatever you want it to be. It could be your neighborhood, it could be your school, it could be an online community you feel a part of, a club, really whatever community that you identify with. And so the way that this works, you will submit a video and budget, a proposed budget, which we have a template for. You will submit that in your application by July 30th. And then winners will be chosen to receive grant funding of up to $2,000. That will be based on the budget that you submit. And then the implementation timeline is between August 10th and December 1st. So in that time frame, you will work with Katie and I to request funding for various supplies, materials, or whatever else you need to spend money on. You'll unlock that funding, and then you'll report on progress at various milestones that you work with us to set for yourselves. And then finally, at the end of the program, we will have a somewhat of a showcase event, mostly just so you can share all of the awesome progress that you've made on your project and be able to communicate that to community members, family members, and whoever else you want to be there. Does anyone have any questions up until this point? Cool. So who should apply? So like we said, this program is open to middle and high school students. That being said, we are mostly targeting towards the high school age, but if you are a middle school student, you are totally welcome to apply. And then we want those with ideas that are aiming to uplift your community and then are matching the following criteria. So rooted in place, like we said, we're looking for ideas that are place-based, so have some sort of rooting in culture or in a geographic place, and you can sort of self-define that. We want to see ideas that are impact positive. So we want to see ideas that aim to create environmental or social impact, and really that, you know, from a small scale up to a big scale. But obviously, we want to see projects that seem feasible in achieving that impact. We want to see a passionate team. So we want to see that you have passion for your idea. And this competition is open to teams as well as individuals. But we want to, if you are just an individual, we want to see that you have a network of support, whether that's family members, friends, mentors, teachers. And then we want to see you communicate your passion for your project and for your community. We want to see ideas that are bold and creative. So we want to see that you're, you know, kind of putting yourself out there to achieve something, something new, something different, maybe applying some solution that worked somewhere else, but in a different way. You know, these ideas don't have to be completely brand new inventions, but we want to see some sort of innovative application of an idea. And then finally, we want to see that your idea applies a STEM discipline or multiple STEM disciplines in some way. So like Katie mentioned, STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So those who have projects that maybe don't seem like they're based in technology, we don't want to deter you from applying. Just be able to communicate how you apply STEM in some way. And keep in mind, you know, science is a very broad term. Mathematics can be applied in many different ways. So your idea doesn't necessarily have to be technology based, but it should have some sort of STEM component to it. And if any of you have any questions about that, please let me know. We can talk after, or you can email me, and we can work with you to sort of redefine how your project applies STEM, if that's something that you're worried about. And again, so you can win up to $2,000 in seed funding. And really the point of this is to help you scale your impact. We want to see these projects take off and grow as big as they can. So that is the total amount of funding you can apply for. So again, what you'll submit is a proposed budget. We have a budget template on the website. If you go to that URL, kipuka.purplemaya.org/apply, you will find a couple of links to download a budget template. It should be pretty straightforward. You will create a copy of like a Google Sheet, and then in there we have different categories and examples of budget items you might want to consider. Again, these aren't in any way mandatory. You can delete all of them if you want to and put all of your own budget items in. We just have those as a starting place for you to consider what you might need for your project. And you'll create up to a 3-minute video. And we don't want this to deter anybody. You don't have to have any crazy video skills. It could really just literally be you talking to your phone in a selfie. But we want to hear you communicate, you know, what your project is, the community you're looking to uplift, why you're passionate. And we have these different video criteria on the website as well. But this is super open-ended, and we won't be judging you based on your video editing skills. So we want to kind of level the playing field. As long as you can record yourself talking to a camera or maybe going through a slideshow that you screen record, it really doesn't matter. We want to see you be creative and we want to see you apply the skills that you do have to this competition. And then finally, you'll submit those materials in a written application. It's super brief. It should only take you a couple of minutes. And it's mainly just to submit those materials as well as a few other demographic informations that we need. And all of this, again, is due by July 30th. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, okay, and feel free to put your questions in the chat or to email me. My email is jack@purplemaya.org, and I will put that in the chat in just a moment. All right, so now we'll move on to a really awesome presentation from Tyler Levine. Again, she is one of our winners from last year with her project Seeds of Honua. And I'm gonna hand it off to her and let her tell you all about it. We're super excited to have her join us. Thank you so much, Tyler. And I'll stop screen sharing now so that you can go ahead and present.
Perfect. Thank you so much for allowing me to share and have this time, and thank you all for being here today. So my project for the Kipuka competition was Seeds of Honua, and yeah, I'll go into that a little later. First, I will introduce myself. Aloha, my name is Tyler. I am 16 years old, and right now I am on the big island of Hawaii, but I live on the island of Oahu in the town of Kailua. So I always like to kind of open up with a little bit of a story, my own seed story, because I feel like we all have a story, and it's important to learn how to express this story and not attach to it, but share it in a way that can inform and engage others and allow them to kind of sit in your shoes for that place and that time. Anyway, so there was once a time when I was surrounded by a world of darkness, pain, suffering, as ecosystems collapsed, temperatures rose, and everyday species were being driven to the brink of extinction. I saw the history of humanity repeat itself again and again as the cautionary tales of the past echoed throughout the landscape. And in witnessing this enormity of reality, the future of the world seemed to rest on my generation's shoulders. It seemed to rest on all of your guys' shoulders. Everyone that here today in the middle school to high school range, I felt like the future rested on our shoulders, but now I see that the future is not our generation's greatest burden, but actually our greatest privilege, because we still have a chance to rewrite the history of our future, because it is not yet too late. So long ago, a seed was planted in my heart, and this was the vision for Seeds of Honua. This vision sprouted from a deep love and connection to the natural world, as well as this kuleana that we all share as Kiki-oka Aina to Malama Honua. So what is Seeds of Honua? You can read it here on the screen. I can just go through it for you guys. So Seeds of Honua is a youth-led, movement-based organization committed to creating a brighter, healthier, and more sustainable future of peace by connecting keiki to nature and empowering them to take action to protect and respect our Mother Earth. Got that down in my memory. No, I said it so much. Anyway, so it was early fall of last year, around this time, more in August, when this idea truly manifested into a reality. I applied to participate in this virtual innovation competition for youth with place-based ideas to address local challenges. And of course, this program was the Kipuka Competition. And though I held the intention for Seeds of Honua within my heart, the Kipuka Competition truly grounded my thoughts and aspirations through the perspective of innovative entrepreneurship, so that I was able to recognize the core problem that led to the definition of my solution. So going through the criteria that Jack was explaining earlier, how did my project directly apply to the criteria of the Kipuka competition, which of course is being rooted in place, having a positive impact, having a really passionate team and community that applies STEM in bold and creative ways. So of course, this movement that I have created is rooted in place, as the actual tangible seeds that we are sending out across the island are literally spreading their roots down deep into the soil of the place in which they have been planted. So plants connect people. I like to say, looking back on the history of agriculture, I like to say that seeds planted us. People say that we planted seeds, but no, we were nomadic until we found seeds and we planted those seeds. Then we could grow our own food and stay in one place. So seeds planted us. That's how it's place-based. So from there, this seed grows into a great fruitful tree that provides generously to the surrounding community. With our roots planted firmly in the earth, flowers ablaze, branches spread wide, we are creating a positive impact. We are the seeds of love, the seeds of hope, the seeds of strength, and together growing the community tree that shall spread its branches across just the entire world of the earth, like just the entire world, people in the earth. And we have now just discovered our bold dreams and creative gifts and have a privilege to share them with the world through the catalyst of innovation and the application of STEM. So now I'll go into kind of what Seeds of Honua is and what we've done, just a very quick timeline. So as you can see here, right after the Kipuka competition, we received the funding and we launched into our first initiative, which was called the Seed Sprint. And during the Seed Sprint, we provided free locally sourced seeds to more than 1,250 youth, grades K through 12 across the Hawaiian Island. And this is, again, where we received the literally seed money to start and launch, give us really an incredible kickstart to our organization and to this mission. So following that, we held a kind of youth-led participatory action research. That's what YPAR is. So we held kind of a project where we assessed and embarked on a journey through kind of asking the community how the Seed Sprint was impactful, and then also like what challenges do youth and families face in relation to gardening, self-sufficiency, sustainability, so on and so forth. And it was through this research that we discovered a lack of education, a severe existential lack of education revolving around the subject of seed saving. So then we launched into this incredible workshop series with funding from the Hawaii Youth Sustainability Challenge, which is Kupu and the Kukua Hawaii Foundation. And so then from there, this is what we're doing now. Our present project is a citizen science project where citizens from around the Hawaiian Islands are growing and selecting individual tomato and pigeon pea varieties that are best adapted to their specific climate, growing conditions, and so on and so forth. This is really helping us to actually grow and save seeds from plants that are locally adapted to Hawaii's climate, because most plants from the temperate climate of the mainland, where we get our seeds, don't grow as well here. So our future initiatives, again, are the Hawaii Seed Stewardship Search, which is an initiative that will soon be launched with the intention to preserve, honor, and perpetuate the legacy of older seed varieties in Hawaii. We'll basically be sharing a call to action for all growers who have a seed cultivar older than 10 years to kind of register, and then that seed will then be grown out and shared with the island. And then now we are developing, I just wanted to share this all with you guys because I wanted to get to hear this seed sharing part full circle to the Kipuka competition, because I applied in one of my big ideas was a virtual seed exchange. So basically an online free marketplace where people can go and choose locally grown seed, which would then be, mailed to them and they can grow. So always providing access to locally grown seed from donations of seed and seed growers, just creating this really incredible network. And that would be online. And then seed would be revolving around that kind of pico of design. So now I'm just going to go into a little bit of, explaining to you what I've learned. I hope this is not boring you all. So defining your why is a really essential step, because when you're connected to the purpose behind something, no judgment from external realms can touch you, right? You are grounded in the heart of your motivation, which not only propels you forward, but also, I have found, attracts a community of guidance and support. The greatest illusion in this world is separation, which then feeds into an endless cycle of segregation, conflict, war, when in truth, we are all connected. Everything is connected. And so now, more than ever, we need to plant our roots of connection to blossom and grow, to forge a more sustainable and resilient future. And this starts with planting a seed. Now, I'm not talking about tangible seeds this time. I'm talking about the seed within your head and within your heart, your idea. And it's taking that idea and turning it into a reality. Because when you plant the seed, when you plant your passion, when you plant your gift, when you plant this idea in your head, you are planting yourself within the mystical intelligence of the world, once again becoming aware of your special piece in the puzzle of life. So I'm now going to prompt you with a few questions that I've asked myself. Like, look around the community. What do you see? What do you feel in your heart about the present condition of your community, of the state, of the world on every aspect, every dimension? Do any challenges present themselves to you? Are there opportunities for growth and change? What can you do to be stewards of this change? What can you do to grow a brighter, more sustainable and resilient future? Because together, we can take action to address these challenges and grow these seeds of positive change. So never underestimate the power of your idea, your seed, the seed within your soul. So how can you plant these seeds? Start a movement from the seed within your soul and manifest clear goals to attain the vision in which you uphold. Launch your idea with passion and motivation through an intention and through an initiative that can provide for the community, and utilizing, as well as utilizing the initiative that you launch as an opportunity to network with others. So model a research collection that involves the local community's reflection. And from this information provided by the community members, a challenge or need will present itself within the subject of interest. And based on the data collection, a solution becomes clear. So on embarking on this quest to address and fulfill the need of a community, navigational stars are required to set an intentional vision. Along the way, flexibility, pivotal planning, and critical thinking are important aspects in the scope of the seed, the name of the need as a community lead. Cultivate and blossom a growing forest of biodiversity from which a unique ecosystem of skills, passion, and expertise will all thrive. Bridge and build connections across all realms of separation to unite a community of equality, equity, justice, and of course, seeds. So like a rock thrown into a pond, your movement will really ripple out across all realms of the earth and beyond. Thank you again for listening to me talk on and on and on today, and let me know if there is any questions. And yeah, I think that's about it. I just want to say I'm really inspired to see you guys all here today. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. And it gives me hope for the future.
Wow, awesome job, Tyler. Thank you so much for sharing. Always wonderful to hear you speak about your project. Just so much passion and such a good example. I mean, the perfect example of the kind of projects and impact we want to see with this competition, as well as some of the outcomes that can come out of it. I mean, we're just so impressed with how much you've been able to do in the last year since last Kipuka, along with being in high school and all of these other things. Just absolutely incredible. Does anyone have any questions for Tyler? And Tyler, is there anywhere where folks can go if they want to get any more information or support you?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I will put in the chat our email as well as the website URL. And again, we hope to really get this virtual seed exchange up and running so that our community can connect through the power of seeds. So if you have any ideas or want to be involved in any initiative, it doesn't need to be revolved around a tangible seed. Remember, it's on all levels. It's, you know, ideological, it's tangible, hypothetical. So you guys, if you have any ideas, you want to be a part of the movement, or I would love to, again, to support any of you any way that I can or our organization can. So yeah, I'll stop talking and I'll put my email in the chat.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, this was all of the programming we had for today. As Katie mentioned in chat, we are going to have an introduction workshop next week, July 9th at 12 p.m. It'll be a little bit longer. That will probably be closer to an hour. And we're going to go over more of the details of applying. So we'll help you go through that budget template that we talked about. We'll go over a few different tips and tricks for creating videos. We'll have kind of more of a networking opportunity so that you can meet other students. And it's really just going to be focused on you folks and any questions you have and any support that we can provide in helping you apply for this competition. Like we said earlier, we want to reduce the barriers to entry as much as possible. We don't want anyone to feel like they don't have the skills necessary to apply to this competition, because that's just not the case. All of you have wonderful skill sets and different ranges of abilities in different areas. And we really just want to hear your ideas, and we want to hear your passion for uplifting your community, because that's really what's most important. And we're here to help provide resources to make your vision become a reality. So if any of you are interested in participating in that workshop, you can RSVP at the link that you see on screen, kipuka.purplemaya.org/intro. You can also find that link on the Kipuka website. And yeah, I believe that's all we had. Unless anyone has any other questions, we'll stick around for a few more minutes. This session has been recorded and it will be posted online. So if anyone here has any friends, peers, colleagues, or Haumana that they want to share this information with, this will be posted online, and I'll email it to all of the folks who registered for this Zoom meeting. And again, you can learn more, apply, or donate to the fund at kipuka.purplemaya.org. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate all of your time. And thank you so much to the Kumu that were able to join us today and give their time to learn more about this. We appreciate the work that all of you are doing. And thank you for your time.